I've been waiting for a game like this all of my life, and I'm in love.
I'm dizzy. And you? Are you alright?
6 years in the making, Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the most anticipated games of 2023. With the marriage of Larian Studios and Wizards of the Coast, they finally created their magnum opus.
This is the way! Behold, the secret sauce!
2023's Game of the Year. Something I've noticed is a lot of love went into this game.
What the hell are you doing? Puny? I am strong! I am virile! I am
Enough! Oh, a moment ruined. Passion squished like slow goats underfoot. Oh.
This game is defined by one statement alone that I wish could be said of most titles these days. Life is a journey, not a destination. To put it simply, Baldur's Gate 3 takes you on an incredible adventure, and invites you along for a ride you won't want to get off of. Every story has a beginning and an ending. You ultimately decide what to make of your own story, because there's 17,000 endings.
Over-delivering? Okay.
Baldur's Gate 3 is so exceptional, we're talking Witcher 3 level of good.
Done celebrating?
Every character feels real.
So did it work?
Only one way to find out.
Thank you. Can we go to bed now?
And the interactions develop as you further the plot. Environments are vastly different and exciting, from the sunny coast to the dark Shadowfell.
There you are. Come. Join me.
Jonas. Don't let it get hold of you. Hoppers, now!
Combats are fast and complex, while still keeping the joy of turn-based RPGs. It's a well-oiled machine that's driven entirely by the player, and feels like an oversized package in terms of sheer content. It feels surreal to play something complete again.
Things looked hopeless. But experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope.
Baldur's Gate 3 stays true to the D&D experience for the most part, and playing D&D never felt so accessible and awesome to play. You can say goodbye to those printed out character sheets and hours of setup. As a DM of roughly 10 years, I can say for certain that a game like this is every dungeon master's dream. I've always wanted to be a player, and my friends are usually never around to play D&D. With the introduction of Baldur's Gate 3, I get to play whenever I want. So after this video is published, I'm going back to beat this game. 3 times. There are some minor changes that Larian made to help balance D&D 5e's system within the game, like Mage Hand and some familiar being on cooldown until your short rest again.
Are you gonna be any more angry if I pinch your cub?
So, your crab is holding it hostage.
For that, I respect the balancing act when it comes to making this massive world and intricate system that Baldur's Gate 3 has to offer. It feels reminiscent of playing Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, but without the action point system. Every encounter is different from the last. Spells feel satisfying to use, and the game forces you to think outside the box.
Well, there goes nothing.
There are plenty of creative solutions to resolve encounters, and all are welcome.
I see now. By example, I must edify and quell the light that blinds us.
Oh, damn!
Come, sisters, soothe me.
Yes!
I remember using a firewall to ward off hordes of undead, and constantly forcing big enemies to laugh themselves to death. The only thing that matters is what you decide is worth your time. With a bit of imagination, of course.
I like how you... Never mind. I can't breathe.
I love the little details like characters in your camp being updated on the latest news and drama.
She is something. She is worthy. She is strong. She is Shadowheart. Nothing can take the her from her. Not even a goddess.
If you're in love with a character, other characters can get jealous.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. I saw you with Lae'zel. You two looked cozy. Far be it from me to judge. Blood must still be running a little hot after everything.
For the most part, your camp is used as a safe haven for those you invite to it, so don't worry about ambushes. The variety of monsters you face is also a lovely touch. Oftentimes, I find myself pleasantly surprised seeing monsters from the monster manual come to life. Well, not exactly. Another good detail is how the story paces itself through your long rest. Most of the time, when you rest, you go through a one-on-one interaction with another NPC, or go through a dream sequence. It's always unpredictable as to what happens next, and layers on top of an already rich story that doesn't get lost in itself.
No, it's not what it looks like.
Why are you trying to bite me?
Seeing your characters grow narratively is a wonderful touch that gives them much needed depth.
Shadowheart suffers. You might be surprised, but it pains me to see.
Since this is a D&D setting, the story can be interpreted in a multitude of ways. You're able to kill whoever you want, like important characters. You can also miss out on unlocking characters depending on what you do throughout the story. So the best way to explain the story of Baldur's Gate 3 is through my own eyes. I am Pain, a tiefling bard and a certified babe. And I decided to play with an old, infamous friend, Tasha, a tiefling warlock. My backstory is that I wanted to help better the world for good and tell tall tales of valorous deeds from my adventures. I would play eulogies, down my fair share of wine, and play for many crowds. From my time playing Baldur's Gate 3, all I could say is I had plenty of stories to tell my folks back home. That is for damn sure. We searched through the treacherous Underdark, fought undead armies heralded by a necromancer, and saved a town from goblins.
Stop! I give up! For mercy, please!
Along our travels, we met a cleric named Shadowheart and another warlock, Will. One thing is for sure, we were determined to get this parasite out of our brains, no matter the cost.
Wake now.
If we couldn't fight our way through a situation, we could always talk our way through one. And that's what I find so awesome about Baldur's Gate 3, is choice.
He's drinking too much. He's drinking too much. He killed himself. Oh no. Get me out.
If it wasn't clear enough, your decisions matter, because this is your story.
Some must die. Time to die. Americans. They barely have a thought to share among themselves. But they do have ears. Kill yourselves. Back to the house with you.
Wow, you really do make people kill themselves.
I still hear it. Seems your theory is wrong.
The stakes are high, and you'll meet many enemies along your travels. There will be factions, the Zentara, the Harpers,
To your very good health.
and the Burning Fist. And there will also be devils that try to antagonize you as you travel across Faerun, searching for a cure.
The good thing is, though, there's only one little voice you really should listen to. Mine. See you soon.
That isn't to say you won't meet just as many allies. It has returning characters like Minx and his sidekick Boo, and Jaheira. There are a ton of great characters you may ally yourself with, and the best feeling of all is that they seem real. They have their own motivations, goals, and bonds. They even have things that they hate and fear.
I suppose you've noticed I'm not ravenous predators with fangs like daggers. It's hardly an irrational fear to harbor. Don't be surprised if I'm reluctant to face any more.
Baldur's Gate 3 nails all the three D&D pillars of gameplay into a seamless experience. Exploration, social interaction,
Trifles when I'm in the illustrious presence of my very favorite client.
and combat.
that a shield guardian? Oh no, it's a fucking golem.
It is an intensely immersive game, and is a masterclass in storytelling, while maintaining the fun and unbridled joy of Dungeons and Dragons.
Do it again.
There are some minor gripes I have with the game, however. The amount of load times really detract from the experience as you constantly travel to and fro. It kills the immersion.
Kill. Oh, this is not winnable right now. That's not a winnable fight.
And believe me, there are a lot of times that you'll be stuck looking at a loading screen. You might as well load up Peggle. Puzzles slow down the overall pace of the game and sometimes kill the fun entirely. I understand their purpose, and I like the integration of some of the puzzles from a narrative perspective, but doing a puzzle for 10 minutes and thinking you'd rather be fighting the whole time can really bog down the fun. And I'm 100% sure there are people that want nothing to do with puzzles, only violence.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always!
Encounters can feel overwhelming at times and wipe you if you're not prepared. The AI doesn't play fair and will do whatever it takes to demolish your characters.
What? Oh, I'm dead. Rip. What did you see in the telescope?
What am I doing? What? I can't even stop myself from doing that. I literally couldn't stop myself from doing that. Like, my character was just like, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I need help. I'm actually gonna die.
Shit.
Hello?
You actually broke your leg and fucking died.
And, in Larian Studio fashion, there are a handful of bugs. But the worst issue is knowing that this once-in-a-lifetime experience has an ending. It's like taking the last bite of your favorite meal, watching the last second of a really good movie, or turning to the last page of your favorite book. You know you have to finish it, but you just don't want to. That's what makes Baldur's Gate 3 utterly timeless. It borders the realm of greats and classics like Knack. There are many implications this game may have down the road, like expansions, classes, and gaming as a whole. People will come to expect bigger and better things from Larian now, as well as from big publishers like Nintendo, Capcom, and Square Enix. We hold games to a higher standard, which I believe we have the right to, because we want games to provide us with something new and captivating, while not cheapened by corporate greed and dispassion for games. What happened to the era of complete games? Where are all my collectibles and secret Easter eggs?
Go on. Kiss my foot. Or I'll kick your head in, on face. Do I need to rip your ear shells off? You heard me! Ugh. Look, mate, just piss off. You're not welcome here.
Nice!
The goblin stares, mouth agape. Then he sets his jaw and falls to his knees.
There.
I done it. Arrogant swine.
I'm getting ahead of myself here, but you get the point. Saying that Baldur's Gate 3 is a magnum opus of Larian Studios is both a blessing and a curse, because they may never be able to make something as great again and have to live in the shadow of its success. Who cares? We should bring back the times where people desired to make games they genuinely wanted to play. We shouldn't pressure passion. All I have to say is this. Thank you, Larian, for all the memories you gave me. I hope everyone can make some memories of their own with Baldur's Gate 3 for generations to come. I'll look back on this game for the rest of my life, and remember all the fond times I had with friends. Oh, and don't think I forgot about my death in Divinity Hardcore. At the end of the day, that's what Dungeons & Dragons is truly about. The real treasure. Making friends.
My former associate gave me my name. She named all of her creations after her favorite smells.
Oh, that's lovely.
There was a bunch of us. There was me. There was oatmeal. There was apple pie. There was pussy. There was a bunch of us.
Wow.
It's so nice to see other people having to hear this. It's really just bringing everything into sharp perspective.
This has been a day.
That took me a bit by surprise.
This has been a day.
What was your name?
Wow, it was just thrown out there so quick.
Did you say send help?
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Videos like these take a long time since my PC is a piece of shit. You guys keep me motivated to keep making content, so I don't mind. As always, see you around.